Hello there, welcome to BBC News. Today is Sunday, November 1st. I'm May Sansón and these are your reporters of today's news. Paola Cruz, Grace Avila, and Maria Jose Sandoval. We hope you are safe regardless of where you are right now. Moving on to some headlines of the day. The world has virtually witnessed the elections of the United States. Americans are waiting desperately for the presidential election, which will be held on Tuesday, November 3rd. Further, regarding to the COVID-19, some European countries return to lockdown. One of them is France. France restores a lockdown on Friday, ordering people to stay at home except for essential work or medical reasons. Also, Germany has reported high increases in numbers of deaths. Therefore, Germany's new measures, which come into force on Monday, are not as far-reaching as in France, but they include the closure of restaurants, bars, gyms, and theaters. Moving on, today we'll bring you two important news. The first one took place on October 30th. A powerful earthquake jolts Turkey and Greece. At least 27 people were killed and 804 people have been injured when this powerful earthquake hit the Aegean Sea. Later on, Paola will give you further details. Now, the second and last news, which took place in Poland, where the biggest protest in decades stand against abortion ban. People protest against Poland's top court's ruling on tightening the abortion law on Friday in Warsaw, Poland. Huge crowds turned out to protest in the Polish capital Warsaw against a court decision to ban nearly all abortions, making it one of the largest demonstrations seen in the country in decades. Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski said more than 100,000 people were in attendance, while protest organizers put the figure at 150,000. Now, Paola is going to provide you with further information about the earthquake in Turkey and Greece. Paola, go ahead.
Thank you, May, for that introduction. At least 27 people were killed in Turkey and Greece when a powerful earthquake hit the Aegean Sea on Friday afternoon, sending buildings crashing down and triggering what authorities have called a mini tsunami. Officials said 25 people were killed in coastal areas in Turkey's west, while two teenagers, a boy and a girl, died on the Greek island of Sasmos after a wall collapsed on them. In Turkey, at least 20 buildings in the city of Izmir alone were destroyed. Images showed vehicles crushed under the buildings and people digging through the rubble in search of survivors. At least 804 people have been injured in Turkey, said the country's disaster agency. Dozens were saved by rescue teams using diggers and helicopters to search for survivors. A total of 470 aftershocks have been recorded, and 35 of which were over 4.0 magnitude, the agency added. Search and rescue operations remain underway in 8 buildings, while operations have been completed in nine other buildings, the disaster agency said. In Greece, the country's disaster agency told Greek media that some old buildings had collapsed on the island, and buildings were also destroyed on the Greek island of Sasmos. The country's public broadcaster said the quake caused a mini tsunami in the area. People have been told by Greek authorities to stay away from the shore and buildings and to be on alert for high waves as aftershocks continue. We have a video for you with more details to show more details about this disaster.
Thank you, Paola. Now, if you remain skeptical about the incident, our reporter Grace will help us by describing more detail. Grace, are you with us?
Thank you, Paola, for all your valuable information. I actually have to share some updates regarding this piece of news as well. There has been ongoing work at nights from the rescue team to search around 20 buildings that were affected by the earthquake. They are searching right now for survivors. There was a mother with 3 children that were trapped for around 18 hours and they were thankfully pulled out alive. There are also around 100 people that were pulled out alive. And there is an estimate of 180 people that are still trapped in those buildings. Authorities have set up a tent for housing around 1,000 people that were tragically affected by this earthquake. Rescuers are working hour after hour searching for life under months of crushed concrete. Turkey is now suffering from collective aftershock. This was the second powerful earthquake this year. Many worry when the next deadly earthquake might come. This is all the updates that we have right now for this piece of news. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Grace, for pointing out such important facts. Moving on, regarding the biggest protest stand against the abortion ban in Poland, your reporter from Poland will put you in context. Please, Maria.
Continuing with today's news, during the night before Halloween in Poland, huge crowds of people turned out to protest against the ban of nearly all abortions. The protest in Warsaw was a culmination of 9 days of nationwide protests since a court ruling on October 22nd that deemed abortion due to fetal defects to be unconstitutional. The protest was one of the largest seen in this country to this day, with a turnout of more than 150,000 people, which took place in defiance of gatherings of more than 5 people due to COVID-19. Taking into account the amount of people that showed up, authorities think it was very peaceful, even though reports say that 37 people were detained by police this Friday evening. Protesters have not only taken to the streets, but also to the online world to show solidarity by using the hashtag #ThisIsWar. Those marching were urged to make their way towards the home of Kaczynski, the leader of the ruling right-wing Law and Justice Party leader. On Wednesday, Kaczynski called the protesters criminals and said that they were endangering the lives of people during the pandemic. Back to the studio with you, May.
Thank you so much, Maria, and thank you so much for being here with us. We, of course, hope to see you right back here at tomorrow's morning edition. Good night and take care.